Okay, thanks for waiting. So we will go over publishing SaaS solutions in AWS Marketplace. I am Manesh Ravindran from Spectra Systems, and with me today, Kiran FC and Shalini Shajiv will be joining us. Here is a quick view into our agenda for the day. We will have a quick introduction about Spectra Systems. Then we will go into why you should consider selling your solutions through the Amazon Marketplace. Then we will deep dive into what does SaaS offer transact in Amazon Marketplace mean? And we will get into the details of how to configure SaaS offer in Amazon Marketplace, as well as give you a walkthrough of the end-to-end experience you as an ISV, as well as for an end customer. Then we will leave out last few minutes for any questions that you might have. Quick intro about Spectra Systems. We are a partner-focused company headquartered at Redmond, Washington, with presence in local presence in Canada, Mexico, and India. We serve customers across the globe, from the New Zealand time zone to all the way to the US time zones. We have expertise on multiple cloud platform technologies. Specifically, like we work with ISVs, both enterprise scale as well as like startups, to enable their transactable SaaS offers through public cloud marketplace, including Amazon, Azure, GCP. We also work with ISVs on enabling non-SaaS offers like virtual machine offers or container offers through the cloud marketplaces. We are a product company with services aligning to these products. Cloud Labs is a product from Spectra Systems, which helps host sandbox environment in the cloud in an easy fashion. So these sandbox environments could be leveraged for training or proof of concept environments, or enabling the sales team or customers. So we work with multiple ISVs with this product offering, and Cloud Labs can manage any of the major 3 public cloud platforms. CSP Control Center is a platform specifically for cloud resellers. There are resellers who resell public cloud subscriptions, and this is a platform which is like specifically enabling the reseller partners. SaaSify is a solution offering from Spectra Systems, which enables ISVs to land their transactable offers through public cloud marketplace in an easy way. Moving forward, so we will give a quick look into like, hey, how enterprises are purchasing software today. So enterprises have like direct relationship with vendors like ISVs. That's how like traditionally they have been like purchasing the software, or they will go through a specific reseller. There can be like aggregators of software sales, like you might be like working with like a distributor or reseller. So the enterprises could be like purchasing from these distributors or resellers. But in the recent past, there is a tremendous change in enterprises trying to consolidate their purchases. So they could be like having cloud subscriptions, and cloud providers, like all major cloud providers, have started a public cloud marketplace where they are selling ISV products through the cloud marketplace in their offering. So this is like an opportunity for you as an ISV, where If the customer would like to purchase their solution by going through a cloud provider, having the presence in the cloud marketplace helps you and enable you to sell through that channel in an easy fashion. Next, there could be like scenarios where today, like, okay, customers are like you are having like your own marketing channels and you are reaching a set of customers. If you think about Amazon Web Services, they have like a large set of customers, and these customers will be like searching in the marketplace for products aligning to specific vertical solutions. It could be for operating systems, DevOps, monitoring, security, storage, networking, data related. So when they search, and there is also like a lot of marketing initiatives, market development funds that Amazon provide, which will help you to land and make your offering visible to potential customers who are already a customer to Amazon, and thereby like helping you to increase your customer base. Next, the overall process for purchasing a product and activating that is drastically improved by enabling these to be transacted through the Amazon marketplaces. And also, like whenever you are publishing an offer through the Amazon marketplace, you as an ISV has to go through certain checks or certain criteria that AWS has put out. So it is to make sure that there is a quality level that's established for all the offerings that are made available through the marketplace. And it also gives better confidence for the customer when they are coming and trying to purchase the solutions from the Amazon marketplace. Specifically, like if you look at Amazon Marketplace, AWS Marketplace, there are different kinds of products that you can sell through the AWS Marketplace. You can have virtual machine images or AMI-based products. You could have container-based products sold through Amazon Marketplace. You could be selling data-related products or machine learning or even professional service products sold through the Amazon Marketplace. Today, we would focus more on software as a service, SaaS-based product enablement and selling through the Amazon Marketplace. So when you look at the SaaS offering, there are three kind of pricing options that AWS supports today. One is SaaS subscriptions, which is more of a pay-as-you-go model where the customers are billed for their usage. And you as a publisher can define how frequently you want to report the usage. AWS suggests like reporting like on an hourly basis, but you could report the usage to Amazon and they would charge back the customers for that amount. Next, AWS supports SaaS contracts where the customers are billed in advance for a fixed amount, or it can even be like a flexible payment term. So in all of these scenarios, you are setting a price for your product offering. Customers are purchasing these offers. You could be like emitting metering information based on that, like AWS will charge the customer. AWS will invoice the customer. Customer would pay AWS, and AWS would do a lump sum payment to you on a monthly basis. The next type of SaaS pricing option that's available out there is the SaaS contracts with pay-as-you-go. This is pretty much similar to the SaaS contract, but you can also like emit additional usage amounts in addition to the base price. So these are the three kinds of pricing options that's available in AWS. For whenever you are publishing a SaaS offer through the AWS Marketplace, you could have them listed as a public offer. However, if you are talking to a specific customer and you are negotiating for a price, you also have an option in which you can create a private offer and can extend the private offer to your end customer. That's also an option that's available out there. And moving forward, so whenever you have the offer out there, since it is a SaaS offer, AWS do not know how to provision your solution. So whenever a customer is like coming and purchasing your product offering from the Amazon Marketplace, AWS do not have complete information on how to activate this particular offer. This is where you as a ISV need to build out technical integration as per a set of API references that AWS has given. You need to have your own registration website. In certain scenarios, customers would navigate to this particular registration website and can manage some of their subscription related details. You need to have an integration built into Amazon SNS. So this is the notification channel through which you would be like notified regarding the subscription lifecycle events from AWS. So you need to like integrate into Amazon SNS. You need to like register an SNS endpoint, listen to that, and act on the messages that AWS is posting as the customer lifecycle, subscription lifecycle is changing. You also need to integrate with the entitlement and metering service. This is primarily for emitting the usage information so that AWS can bill your customers accordingly. So there is a set of technical integrations that you will have to like build to be able to successfully land your transactable SaaS product through the Amazon Marketplace. Now we would take a quick look at what's the experience. What's the experience for you as an ISV, and what is the experience for a customer while purchasing a transactable SaaS offer through the AWS Marketplace? To you, Kiran.
Thanks, Manish. So let me quickly go ahead and start sharing my screen. Yep. Is my screen visible?
Yes, thank you, Kiran.
Okay, so let me quickly get started on how the SaaS offers are actually created and the types of SaaS offers, and a quick walkthrough of purchase experience from an end customer side, from an end customer perspective. So with software as a service, as Manish already mentioned, right, with software as a service product, so ISVs or publishers, they actually host or they deploy the software hosted on their AWS infrastructure, and they grant customer access so that they can go ahead and purchase it on their AWS environment. Now, before listing your SaaS product in AWS Marketplace, so you actually have to define as to how your product should be priced. Right, so this can be done during the product submission when you are listing an offer, or you can also use the categories and dimensions, because these two plays a very important role. I'll go much deeper into that. So as I mentioned, there are two different type of offers currently which AWS Marketplace supports. One is a SaaS contract and the other one is SaaS subscription. And the third pricing model which AWS is providing, it's kind of a subcategory inside a SaaS contract where you can club both SaaS contract and a pay-as-you-go kind of a model. Now let me go through the new SaaS subscription model here. So before going into that, let me quickly explain a difference between what exactly SaaS contract and SaaS subscription is. So with SaaS subscriptions, your customer pay only for what you actually use, meaning that, so for example, you can go ahead and have a pricing or a solution in Marketplace where you are only charging for the consumption that's happening. right? So that's a best example for a SaaS subscription. And what exactly a SaaS contract is, here your customer pays for, let's say, for an expected usage. Let's say within for monthly, it might be 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. It's a fixed monthly or a fixed term based pricing. So let me quickly show as to how a SaaS subscription is created. So just to save time, so I have already opened the window here. So let me just refresh the screen. So I'll show you how a SaaS subscription is created and what all details needs to go in. So once you click on new SaaS subscription here under create SaaS product, so publisher will be taken to this particular screen where they would see 4 different sections. One is the onboarding, general, pricing, and notes. So onboarding section is something which talks about or in which the ISVs or publishers needs to go and register the bank accounts and fill in all the relevant tax details. And then coming to the general section, this is where ISVs would be providing the offer details. Basically, they would be providing the all the metadata, the marketing assets, artifacts. For example, the SKU for an offer, from who is actually selling this, the organization name or the publisher's organization name, the title of the offer, the description, and the offer logo and the videos. And if a publisher would like to go with the standard contract that AWS Marketplace is providing or AWS is providing, they can either go with that, or if they have their own EULA, that is end user license agreement, the terms and conditions, they can also go ahead and provide that as well to the customers. And also along with that, they can select the categories as to, let's say, I want to come up with a solution which is more into database administration. So I can go ahead and something select on a similar lines that it's a database administration software, right? So these are the things that goes under the general section. Now coming to the pricing, so this plays a very important role because this is where you would be defining the pricing. And as I mentioned earlier, that you have to define how your product should be priced. So there are 2 major factors in defining a pricing. One is the category of a pricing. If I just scroll down, the category of the pricing. The other one is the dimensions that you're providing to that particular offer that you're creating in AWS Marketplace. So you might have a question as to what category is and how you can go ahead and use it, right? So let's say think of a category as, let's say, what you're charging your customer for. So for example, will you be charging your customers for the number of hours that instances are running, right? Or will you be charging for the number of users, right? So and dimensions are nothing but it's kind of an amount which is of a specific type of a category. So it can vary. The amount and price, the dimensions and the pricing related to the dimension varies. So now here I have created one dimension with name consumption, and the dimension description is something like EC2 instance consumption and the rate that I'd be charging the customer, right? So for example, if a customer purchases this, as I mentioned earlier, this is a SaaS subscription based model, which I'm trying to create here. So once customer purchases it, now as this is a subscription, I would be charging the customer for what they use, right? It's kind of a pay per use or pay as you go model, right? So based on the number of EC2 instances, let's say there is like small instance that is running on the customer's environment, and there's some XYZ amount that we would be charging, right? So that is where I'd be using this particular dimension and charge the customer for. So if I come down, and you can have up to 24 dimensions inside an offer that you can go ahead and create. And once you publish, once you're done with creating the offer, so there is one section here which talks about accounts to allow list. Basically, this is like you're providing certain account IDs, you're providing certain accounts or updating certain accounts stating that, okay, once the offer is published, this is how it works in AWS Marketplace, that it goes into a limited listing. So what does limited listing means? It's like kind of a preview mode where the accounts that you're updating here, let's say I'll just take one demo account. I'll just quickly show that. Yeah. So if I update this particular account and publish, so this account can go ahead and test this particular offer once it is in limited mode, right? Once all the integrations, everything is perfect, once everything looks good in terms of offer, we can go ahead and update the real pricing and let the AWS Marketplace team know that to go ahead and make the offer public so that it's visible to the wider audiences, to all the public audiences in AWS Marketplace. And the other thing is you can also select the locations as to where you'd like to make your offer available. You can either select all the countries or all the regions, or you can also go with some countries where you want to not sell your offers, or if you want to only include few countries, you have that flexibility as well. And the only difference when it comes to SaaS subscription, a SaaS contract, when you're trying to create a SaaS contract kind of an offer. So let me show you that as well quickly. Everything remains the same, but when it comes to pricing, as I mentioned earlier, right? So this is something where you are actually charging the customers or for a fixed term is what you're providing to the customer. It might be 1 year, monthly, 2 year, 3 years, right? So, and as Manish explained earlier, right, in the session, in the meeting, so we can also provide along with the fixed terms like monthly, 1 year and 2 year or 3 years, we can also charge the customers based on pay as you go model. So you can go ahead and you have that flexibility of setting up the offer when it comes to contract. And this is the only difference between SaaS contract and SaaS subscription, because in SaaS subscription, you only pay for charge your customers for what they use, whereas in SaaS contract, you will be defining the pricing terms, the billing terms for the offer. So let me show you this particular page here. So this is how your offer looks like. So this is one of our demo offer, a limited listing, I would say, which is kind of a offer that we use for demo. So this is how a product title would show up, the SKU that you are provided in the earlier state, the general section, the offer description, all the marketing assets, let's say for the logos, right? If you have any videos or any resources related to the, let's say, the document related to the application or your offer website or the URL of the website, etc., would be able to be customers would be able to see it. And if I go to this particular page, so this is how the offer would be visible to the customer once they search in the AWS Marketplace when they are trying to buy it. So it's a similar thing. So here it talks about the product overview, which talks about all the offer description and who is selling the offer and the fulfillment method. Basically, is it a SaaS offer, AMI based, etc., and the pricing information. So this is a SaaS subscription because you only see that we are charging on whatever they use, right? And along with that, the end user license agreement and the other support details. So let me quickly go ahead and show the purchase experience. And then one more thing I just missed is that, so as Manish mentioned earlier in the meeting, that there are scenarios, right? So where you have specific customers where you would like to sell or where you'd like to provide some discounted pricing to them, some negotiable pricing. Let's say I have a solution. Let me take an example of Fourth Coffee. I have a solution and I'm selling it for $100. And I have a customer where I would be providing at a discountable or a negotiable rating, let's say $50 for them. So AWS provides this flexibility. They have this option called as a private offer. Using that private offer, you can go ahead and create a private offer out of this Fourth Coffee training course and with the price that you agreed upon with the customer. So one major prerequisite here to consider is that in order to have a private offer in AWS Marketplace, there should be a public listing available. So that's major prerequisite of it. Let me quickly go to the demo. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. So if you see now, I have logged in as a customer in the Sena here, and this is the offer as a customer I'm interested to buy. So I go through all the details, the pricing information and everything. I'm okay with all the pricing. So I'll click on continue to subscribe. Now, as soon as I click on continue to subscribe, if there are any private offers given to the specific account IDs, again, in private offers, it's the account ID that you would be updating. So you would see an offer which says that there is a private offer available for this, or you have a public offer as well. So I'll go with the public offer for now, and I'll click on subscribe. Now, as soon as I click on set up your account, this is where the technical integration kicks in. That's where it plays a very important role. So if you see, we have been redirected to a page, a fulfillment URL, basically, which is like demo.saasify.ai, where the subscription is active and customer would see all the details. Now, as a customer, I'll click on view details. And you see, I have been redirected to the customer portal of Saasify because this is the publisher's website, the application where I've been redirected to. So with all the status of the subscription. Now, there might be a question as to what publisher would do, like what would be the next action from the publisher side, right? So let me quickly go into a Saasify application. Now I've logged in as a publisher admin to this particular tenant. Now in this case, the Saasify application acts as a subscription lifecycle management platform along with the billing integrations. Now there is a customer who purchased the solution, the Fourth Coffee training course. I'm able to manage that customer subscription from here, from this particular application, from our application Saasify. And as this is a subscription where I'd be posting usage, right, based on the number of hours or number of usage that the customer has made, right? So let me quickly go ahead and show that as well. I'll just change the tenant quickly to publisher admin. Okay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So give me 1 minute. I'm trying to log in as a publisher admin now, and let me show you as to how SaaSify application acts and how they can go ahead and manage the customer subscriptions. So you see there are different records where the customer of Cloud SaaS Kit has purchased, or customers have purchased the Cloud SaaS Kit offer. So one of the records shows up here where the recent purchase that I have done. And let me go inside that particular offer, and you see all the customer details, etc. Right. So let me select another offer quickly. Yeah, this is. Yep. And you see all the customer details are getting captured here. And if I'd like to post usage against these dimensions, I'll be able to post usage across these dimensions as well. And everything is completely managed. And as I mentioned, this acts as a subscription lifecycle management system along with a billing integration. So whatever usage that has been provided, whatever dimensions that we are providing to the customers. So I'd be able to post usage against those dimensions using the SaaSify application itself. So Manish, yeah, that's from my end when it comes to the demo.
Thank you, Kiran. I would share my screen. Hope you can see my screen. So that's concludes our presentation today. So we talked about the high-level opportunities for you as an ISV to publish your offers through the Amazon Marketplace. We also talked about the various kinds of pricing structures that you can have for a SaaS offer sold through the AWS Marketplace, and gave you a walkthrough of how do you go about configuring these offers in AWS Marketplace and what sort of a end customer experience with respect to purchase. If you have any questions at this point in time, please let us know through the chat. Anytime you would like to talk to us, our team is reachable. You can book a meeting with our team at bit.ly/meet-SaaSify. That's our direct calendar for the customer success managers in the SaaSify team, who can have a one-on-one call with you to understand your requirements, understand what you are trying to accomplish, and can recommend what could be the next steps.